Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it, let's go. Yeah, let's go, let's get it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, come on, let's do it. Nothing better than kicking it with Auntie Leah. Oh yeah. Auntie Leah is in the house. Yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it. Come on in. Come on in now. So Auntie Leah can do a thing. Yeah.
Yo, what it do? What it do? Welcome back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah.
That's a fact. Same place, same game, different outcome on the map. Hands up, head high.
Some more people to come in.
Toe down, whole city know the truth, but they don't make a sound. Different rules when it's us. That's a fact. Same place, same game, different outcome on the map. We outside. We alive. Still standing, still survive. Every time we turn around, another headline. Another mama crying on the nighttime. Everybody talking justice till it's our turn. Then the same people watching while the whole world burn. See, I ain't saying nothing, I'm just asking questions. Why the treatment look different in different directions? Why some cases move fast, some collect dust? Why we gotta fight harder just to earn trust? Whole hood know the feeling, whole block understand. Trying to build a future with the weight of the world in your hands. That's a fact. Same place, same game, different outcome on the mouth. Hands up, head high, 10 toes down. Whole city know the truth, but they don't make the sound.
Here in a minute.
When it's us, that's a fact. Same place, same game, different outcome on the mouth. We outside. We alive.
All right. Thank you so much for coming back
from
and
the
Kicking It
struggle.
with Auntie Leah tonight.
From the pain,
In
what's
the truth
surviving
game.
every day. Feel like winning the game. Still grinding, still pushing, still making the way.
I need everybody to please hit the like button.
For another day. Now we tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of watching doors close before they even open. But we ain't backing down, we ain't folding under pressure. Every loss made us stronger, every lesson made us better. Different rules, different treatment.
Salute, DJ. Welcome back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah in the truth game. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for coming back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah and the Truth Gang. I do realize that you didn't have to be here tonight, but I do want to thank you for being here tonight. I'm trying to find the correct background music. If I can get everybody to please share the live. Tonight we will continue our conversations about social injustice. I think the last time that we were on live, night before last, we were still exploring the Carmelo Anthony case, right? So we didn't get through all of the crime scene exhibits. So we will be reviewing the rest of those this evening. Again, if I can get everybody to please share the live, if I can get everybody to please hit the like button, so we can just go right on in and just have this conversation. I did pray about tonight. I don't want all those trolls in here bothering us, but it is what it is. Have you guys saw all of the exhibits yet? Should I start over? Let's just start from the beginning. It is 51 photos, crime scene photos, that they released to the public. And they also, we learned last was the day before yesterday? Yeah, it was Friday. That the same video that was viewed by others at the school was a different version, and we were blessed to have two people on the show Friday evening with us who explained the video that they actually saw, which was strikingly different than the one that they have shown the public. And I think that it is very diabolical that they are deceiving us this way. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and just put the photos on the screen, and we'll go from there, guys. We'll go from there. All right. Let me turn the music down a little bit. All right, perfect. So this right here, it just looks like that it is the aerial photo of the actual stadium. So I suppose let me just pull this over here so it doesn't look like I am looking on my other monitor, because the PDF was actually on the other monitor. But this is an aerial map of the school, a satellite view. There's no special markings or anything like that, but this is Exhibit 1, State's Exhibit 1 that was showed to the jury. And if you don't know, I do have a speech impediment. It is some words that I cannot pronounce. It is what it is. People that have been on my platform for a long time know that, and they understand me when I mispronounce words. This is Exhibit number 2. This is either, I think it's Austin. I do believe that this is Austin. When he walked into the stadium, you know, if you guys have saw the video, we saw where Austin and two gentlemen walked in, and then Hunter also walked in with another gentleman as well. And it appears that when they were walking, that they were walking straight to the tent, basically walked straight to Carmelo to confront Carmelo in the tent. So it is my opinion that they were going to the tent with intent to confront him, and somebody had alerted them to the tent. And that is my opinion. Hey, thank you so much for being here. The only updates on the appeal is that they filed it, and when they filed the appeal, they actually marked a request for a new trial, and they also requested that the original Judge Roach, recuse himself. I think that is a good deal. I think that is a step in the right direction. We all just need to continue to keep talking about the case, and we all just need to keep pushing so that this kid can get a fair trial. Tom, okay, you come in here early trolling. Okay, we're not going to really pay too much attention to you. But anyway, back to the photos. And if you have any questions, if I can answer them, I will. If I cannot answer them, I'll simply book table market and try to get the answer for you and inform you. Okay, so this is when Austin was walking into the field house, the stadium. And this is Hunter. He looks a little bit smaller than Austin. You can tell the difference. You can tell the difference for sure. Wow. Okay. And this photo, of course, is when they arrested Carmelo on the scene at the stadium. And this photo is when it looks like Carmelo was running, and he stopped right here. I remember the video. And then this gentleman was chasing after him and pointing after him. And there was some other, kids running after Carmelo as well. As soon as he saw them still trying to give chase, he took off running to a coach. All right. And that was the other kid that was chasing after him. And that's when he started to run again. Are you guys able to see the photos, or do I need to blow these up? Hey, Jean, thank you so much for being here, dear. Carmelo was there in the tent before Austin. Yes. Have you seen the video, DJ? Carmelo was sitting down minding his business. Austin and Hunter are the ones who came in with their little thug friends and walked over to the tent and directly up to Carmelo to confront him. He absolutely was already in the tent and he was sitting down. All righty. This photo, he's still running, trying to get to safety because, in my opinion, he was scared. He was scared. Another photo of the same scene, slightly changed a little bit. All right. I'm not sure. Well, that's Carmelo right there. And I guess the person in the yellow, what I don't like is they didn't release the file. They released photos and videos, but did not release anything pertaining to explaining what was going on. But we saw what was going on in the video. Okay. And this is Carmelo. He's trying to get to his coach, and then those two people are still behind him. And it looks like he finally reached maybe his team. I'm guessing that's his team members and coach that he did finally make it to. Same thing. I'm not sure who it is that is circled in the red circle or oval, because they didn't release the file or anything like that again. This highlighted area is the area where the tent was set up. So this is where the actual incident took place. In this yellow field right here, box, or see. And these right here, it's interesting. These are the text messages that were sent to and from the coach regarding the behavior and behavior issues with Austin and Hunter at the time. It appears that the coach had gotten a little frustrated with them, so he had asked some team members to forward some text to them. So it says, "Can you tell Austin to put on his black shorts? Can you send this to all of our throwers? You guys keep leaving early, so just know you guys are probably not going to the district meet. You dudes never stay and celebrate your teammates, and you guys don't win. So what value are you guys bringing to the team besides coming out and celebrating yourself? Tell them it's from me." So it looks like the coach sent this text to a student maybe, or another team member, and asked whoever's phone this is to forward it on to Austin and to Hunter. And then the student replied, "Yeah, coach, I'll send it and I'll take their shit up Monday." And then it says, "Well, take Noah and Romir to district." So it could be a student or it could be another coach. Again, we don't have the paperwork to go with it, and the exhibits does not really tell us whose phone this is. And so it looks like that's where he actually sent the text message. From Coach Star, Warrior Throwers. I guess they had a team or a group chat. It says, let me blow this up. "The guys keep leaving early, so just know you guys are probably not going to the district meet. You dudes never stay and celebrate your teammates, and you guys don't win." So that's basically the same text that coach asked this person to forward. Same thing. So it's the same exhibit. Don't know why we have it more than once. And here it is again. Oh, so this is where Coach Bass ordered the twins to turn in their gear on Monday. So they were off of the team as of this day. And this was before the meet. So they were no longer on the team when they were at the field. However, another coach, Coach Starr, texted Austin to ask Austin, because I guess he thought he needed help, and I guess it wasn't an adult available to him. So he decided to text a student that was no longer on the team and asked him for help leading the event. Now, he did not specifically say that Austin was to police the tent at all. He just said help leading the event. So it says, y'all turning your stuff in on Monday. We're taking Ramir and Noah to district. So they were off the team. So on Wednesday, April the 2nd at 7:58 a.m., it looks like that Coach Starr, I'm not exactly sure, but I do believe it's Coach Starr, but I can't confirm that as a fact. Anyway, it says, you and Rhett are on early bus. Get tent and whatever else we need. Set examples of how to conduct yourselves today. Be a leader. I need you and Rhett to hold us down. I will be helping with hosting the meet, so I'm going to lean on my older guys. So I am guessing that this is Coach Starr sending a text message to Austin. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I remember his testimony, which we'll get to in a minute. So Austin replies, for sure, Coach, got you. And then Coach Starr says, love you, man. Sorry I didn't say enough. This was after Austin had passed away. I do remember that he shared during his testimony that he knew that he was already gone. This is actually the next evening, but he sent the text message anyway, knowing that he would not get a response. All right, so this is where it looks like the emergency crew or maybe the crime scene detectives were working the crime scene. Now we see a lot of the book pack bags and jackets and stuff are still left out there and things of that nature. All right, so let's see if we got any. Okay, DJ said, yes, I saw Carmelo come from under the bleachers on the left of the tent where they were. Correct. All right. Okay, skip right over yours. Because they, contrary to what you believe, you just got burned. They do it to African American kids all the time, every single time. So what you just said is not true. Jean says, yes, Carmelo was there before the bullies showed up. This is why they were walking with an agenda. You can tell they were up to no good by the way they were walking. Someone had to text them about Carmelo being under the tent. I agree. And I also believe that somebody was Eddie, in my opinion. And Jean also said, so Carmelo wasn't lying when he was joking about their team being sorry, Jean. You know what? Wonk, wonk, wonk. It is what it is. Joe said Melo will do 5 years after this appeal. And that would be fair. You know, I believe he should be free, but 5 years would be, fair, a more fair sentence than 35 years for self-defense. All right. Austin was a bully and beat up cheerleaders. I know. I don't know if he actually did do the physical act, but I do know that he threatened to beat up cheerleaders, basically saying that his hands are bisexual. What type of morals did he have? I'm guessing none. Well, you know what? This was in the file. It's not false. It came from the coach's phone and the student's phone. So, you asked us to believe the evidence, and we do. So, being that that's an exhibit, and you see the exhibit number on the text, then don't know what else. So they were off the team, and their mother pretty much said that they were disrespectful. Well, yeah, disrespectful, hot-headed. Both of their parents knew they were bullies from what I'm seeing. I agree. No, we know that somebody stabbed Austin. We know somebody did. I didn't say anybody was suspended, honestly. I didn't say suspended. I said off the team, the track team. I know Carmelo wasn't suspended. Let me see. Deacon says Hunter was reportedly suspended. The email is real. Mother released the email. I agree. And about the cheerleader. Yeah, she actually spoke on the incident and kind of broke down the mentality of her sons. So we can no longer try to negate that. She confirmed what happened to the cheerleader. She really did. Guys, do your homework. Homework. All right, let's get back to, let me get the comments. All right. This is exhibit number 31. This is another shot of the area where the incident happened. Okay. And a lot of book bags are thrown everywhere. It looks like they moved the tent down, and I do believe in the police report that is exactly what they did to get Austin and the paramedics out of the rain. Okay. Hold on a second. Okie dokie, let's get back over here. Yes, sir. All right, so it looks like they're just collecting evidence right now, taking photos. I'm not sure why my music keeps stopping, but let me know if you have trouble hearing me. Okay, so right now this is a photo of the knife that was used, or tool, or whatever you want to call it. Another shot of the knife or tool, whatever you want to call it. I do want to point out that there is some blood over here on the left of the knife where it bends, where it flips down. It's just a small amount though, and I would not know how blood got there when he barely had blood on his hands, but I'm not a forensic specialist. Another shot of the scene. Another shot of the scene as well. Guys, can you guys hear music? Because I cannot hear anything. Hey, Tasha, thank you so much for being here. Let me see. Anywhere a knife was allowed, it would be self-defense. Should be an easy appeal. Just because a rule was broken doesn't mean you can't defend yourself. I mean, I agree with you 1,000%. So I don't even know why that argument is like a topic, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, assault is also a crime. So Austin committed a crime first. And somebody was unalive during a crime. I don't think that he actually physically beat up cheerleaders, but his mother did confirm, and the cheerleader said that he will beat up a cheerleader, basically. But I'm not sure if he actually did that. Hey, Tasha, thank you so much for being here, baby. All right. I'm not sure what that means. Well, you know what? If that person that he poked would have never put his hands on him more than once, nobody would have never knew he had that tool in his backpack at all. It stayed in his backpack. They went over there messing with Carmelo. Because self-defense is proportionate to force used in fear of immediate bodily harm to yourself or others that will seriously maim, injure, or kill someone involved. I agree. And in my opinion, he was in danger. He felt he was. And I agree after looking at the video. Why the knife is not covered in blood? That is an awesome question. That is an awesome question. And I cannot answer why that it's not covered with blood. It is weird. Extremely weird. Another thing is, I'm not sure why my music is not playing. But we're going to keep going anyway. Let's go to the next photo. I'm learning not to respond to everybody because everybody do not deserve a response. All right, another photo of the scene. And I'm trying to figure out why and how Carmelo's backpack got where it was. There is a video that we're going to watch. So maybe that'll help us understand, because that's a question that was posed that I brought up on this past Friday evening. Looks like this is a photo of the jacket. it could be the photo of the jacket that Austin was wearing. I'm not sure because we don't have the paperwork to go with it. But this is State's Exhibit number 47. And that looks like that's Austin's shoe. As I remember when he was walking into the stadium, I do believe that he had on New Balances. And this is another picture of Carmelo's book bag on top of the tarp. Another picture. If I'm going too fast, guys, please let me know and I will slow it down. Hey, Star Campbell, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm having technical difficulties again, and I have no idea what's going on, but the devil is a liar. Okay, so you see where the yellow marker is? That is where the knife was found. The yellow marker number 1. Here's a close-up of the knife. In this photo, I actually don't see the red blood where the knife bends, and it just could be a different camera. I'm not sure because sometimes the knife looks different. It looks different in different angles, at different angles with different cameras. All right, this is another photo of the alleged knife. Someone had said that there was an M embedded on it, but I do not see that unless there's another knife out there. And here is the knife again. It looks like the blade was 3.5 inches long. That looks more like a little fishing knife to me, but all right. And this is the inside of a jacket. I think that this may be, I don't know whose jacket it is because the name in it says Bandy, B-A-N-D-Y. B-A-N-D-Y. So this jacket belongs to maybe somebody named Bandy, or maybe it used to belong to somebody named Bandy. I am not 100% sure. All right, do we have any questions so far? Am I going too fast? Let's see. The real knife that stabbed him probably was the one they threw in the trash. I agree. I do not know why I can't hear my music, but it's bothering me. Well, it has been alleged that Carmelo stabbed him in the heart. You know, it has been alleged that, but at this point, without all of the discrepancies that we're seeing throughout the paperwork and what's being released and the different testimonies, I'm not sure that's what happened. Okay, so Carmelo was in the tent because Eddie Parra, his friend, called him over to the tent. It's in the testimony. Ed says Carmelo brought a knife on school grounds, which is illegal in most, if not in all school. Okay, we're charging with bringing a knife. If you feel that way, then and put the right charge on him. Put the right charge on him. Charge him with bringing a knife. If that's what. But murder, intentional murder, no, absolutely not. And I keep changing the songs because I cannot hear them. I can't hear them. They keep going off. I do not understand what's going on. So I apologize. Okay, so this is another jacket. It's a Stakes Exhibit 57. I don't see a hole in this jacket. Let me blow it up. So again, we don't have evidence list, identification form, anything like that. So I'm not sure if this is the one Austin was wearing or not, to be totally honest with you. Okay. This is, this is the back of the same jacket, States Exhibit 58. There's no blood or anything on the back of that. So this is another jacket. I think that this may be the jacket that Austin was wearing because of the amount of blood that's on it. And I do believe that he had on a black something. Stakes Exhibit number 59. Shaking my head. This is Carmelo Anthony's book bag, States Exhibit 60. As you can see, there's no blood or anything on that. So that kind of coincides with him not having his book bag. Per Hunter, Austin grabbed his bag. And I believe that somebody said Austin grabbed his bag and threw his bag. But I cannot confirm that as a fact yet. This is the flip side of Carmelo's book bag. And these are the contents of Carmelo's book bag. The first thing that stands out to me is cartoon crossword puzzles. That is not the mind of a thug. I mean, he has Scooby-Doo, he has Peppa Pig, and I don't know what this one is. Car makers. Oh, cars. Okay, you know what I'm talking. You know what? Okay, that cartoon with the cowboy and all that. So yeah, so he has notes about his homework in school. He has snacks. He has crossword puzzles, battery pack, and a phone charger and pens. Nothing about his contents in his book bag appears to scream thug. Okay, I know some thugs, and Carmelo wasn't one of them. Here's another look at the content that was in his book bag. He has his car keys, pens, etc., etc. You see the up close crossword puzzle for Scooby-Doo, which, man, is crazy. We have seen this before, but again, snacks, same thing. It looks like that's his black t-shirt that he had up under his hoodie that he had on that day. And that is Stakes Exhibit 64. And this is the sweatshirt that Carmelo had. Close to the collar, you'll see a little speck of red. That's the only blood that Carmelo had on his clothing, which I seem a little, I believe that's a little odd, because of how close they were. And he definitely was surrounded. And that's the marker, just kind of showing you how big the blood is, the stain. And there's a close-up of it. Now, I'm not even sure if that's blood. Honestly, it doesn't look like it, but it may be. But I don't know. I thought that blood was much darker, and it turns brown as it gets older. But I don't know. And here's another photo of the back of the hoodie that Carmelo Anthony had on the day of the incident. Stakes Exhibit 68. And this is when Carmelo was in the police car, got arrested, and you see a little spot of blood on his index finger. He has some blood on the index finger. And that's it. Nowhere else. Which is also odd. You would think that you would have more blood on your clothes and on your hand if you, in fact, stab somebody enough to unalive them. We can agree to disagree. And this is the wound. Very deep wound. It's just a deep wound, and it's big, kind of a big wound. I don't know if I got it blown up, but this is States Exhibit 81. And here is another photo of the crime scene. You can see Austin. They're surrounding Austin. He is laying on the ground, and they were performing life-saving measures. State Exhibit 84. So they did not release all of the exhibits either, by the way. And this is an enhanced photo mugshot, where they basically put a filter on here and removed all. Come on. His face looks like there's not a blemish in sight. All right? Like, this is the age of filters. So I can spot a filter when I see one. Shame on them. And then, because they wanted everybody to believe that he had absolutely no injuries. In another shot of the field. And the last looks like it's a sketch that is attached to the actual autopsy of Austin Metcalf, showing you where the wound was. Let me see something. Hold on a second. I thought that they was identifying something else on this. Sack. I'm not really sure. So the wound was 2.5 inches deep. 2.5 inches deep. All right, guys. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let me see. In my book, it's alleged. In my book. Don't tell me what to say, sir. Gene says, where's the blood that should have been all over the bleachers? I mean, it was raining. It was raining, but it still should be some blood evidence, right? In my opinion. But again, I'm not a forensic specialist, so I can't say 100% for a fact, if that makes sense. I'm going to call it, like I said, alleged, okay? You don't like it, you don't need to be here. Okay. No, we're not going to leave it alone. We're not going to leave it alone until he gets a fair trial. If you don't like it, exit. Exit. You don't have to be here. You guys choose to come here and play. How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. All right. So Gene said, why would Carmelo steal something from anyone else when he had money in a job? I thought he had two, right? He had two jobs, right? He was in a two-parent household, unlike the twins. And Carmelo's family wasn't a poor family. So you can keep that lie to yourself. I agree. They like the real problem, which is teach your kids to keep their hands to themselves and quit walking up on people. I wouldn't say better off. Austin is dead and Carmelo might as well be. Well, you know what? He's not dead. He's still alive and fighting. Okay? And so let's go to a video. Tasha said, I don't know who Candace, I don't know where she's at. Candace never sticks up for her people. So you know what? I'm not surprised she hasn't said nothing. All right, Tasha said it probably was a splatter from being at a distance when Austin was stabbed by someone else's knife. It's not enough blood evidence to equal up to Carmelo being the one who did the stabbing. And you know what? That is a huge possibility. If they don't want to talk about, well, we're going to talk about it because those two kids ran to the trash can and threw something away, and one of them circled back to get the object out the trash can and haul ass out of the stadium. And we're going to keep talking about that. Gene says, stop repeating that crap about Carmelo having a weapon. Ask yourselves, why would he need something to protect himself? Ask yourselves, what would have happened had Hunter and Austin not caused a fatal confrontation with Carmelo? What if the twins had actually been raised correctly? Everyone would be going on about their everyday business. I mean, I cannot disagree with that. All right, so we'll read some more comments here in a minute, but I want to pull up a video that somebody sent me and watch that real quick. And guys, just a disclaimer, I have not watched this video, so I'm not sure if I agree or disagree what's about to be stated, but I will let you know. Do not inbox me right now because I am watching this on Facebook and your comments will pop up. So let's get into it. And where is it? Right here. And let's see what she has to say.
Very blurry, but this is who everybody has been paying attention to. But that's not who everyone should be paying attention to. They think that that's Austin. That is not Austin Metcalf, in my humble opinion. Look there.
Is that the end of it? What did it stop?
Did you see that? Let me go back.
Oh, baby, she's not talking.
Pay attention. Right here in this blurred image, you see a black sweatshirt, and that looks like a white.
Put a one in the chat if you can hear this video, because I cannot hear anything. Guys, I'm gonna go out and come back in. I'll be right back. This is great. Now I can hear. I could not hear. All right, so let's see if it will play now.
Sweatshirt. Remember, it was said that Austin used a lineman's drill, which is where they scoop the person up off the ground. In my opinion, it looks like Austin did the lineman's drill to Carmelo, scooped him up, and they went over here. This is them here. Let me rewind it so you guys see it. Pay attention. Boom. Now you see the guy in the blue. You see, I'm rewinding. You see the guy in the blue right here. We're going to go back. They come tumbling out. Slow motion. The guy in the blue, it's a big blue, black blur right here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and what's going on here, but that's what's going on for some reason.
Okay. Let's rewind it.
I did not very blurry. Anything. But this is who everybody has been paying attention to.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's not who everyone should be paying attention to. They think that that's Austin. That is not Austin Metcalf, in my humble opinion. Look there. Did you see that? Let me go back. Pay attention. Right here in this blurred image, you see a black sweatshirt, and that looks like a white sweatshirt. Remember, it was said that Austin used a lineman's drill, which is where they scoop the person up off the ground. In my opinion, it looks like Austin did the lineman's drill to Carmelo, scooped him up, and they went over here. This is them here. Let me rewind it so you guys see it. Pay attention. Boom. Now you see the guy in the blue. You see, I'm rewinding. You see the guy in the blue right here. We're going to go back. They come tumbling out. Slow motion. The guy in the blue, it's a big blue, black blur right here. Okay? It looks like an altercation right there. So while everybody is paying attention to this push and this shove, this went on right here. And I think this is the altercation between Carmelo and Austin. And Austin doesn't move. He doesn't move from this spot.
Right. I see that.
He doesn't move. Carmelo is over here. Look, now you get a push and a push and a push, and Carmelo pops out the back of the damn tent. Let me go back because I'm adjusting my circle. That's where he was hit by multiple people. That right there that we've all been paying attention to. You see it. This person and this person here, and possibly a person. You look. That back in that fourth, and then Carmelo pops out, and he's gonna appear up here. There's more than one person that put their hands on Carmelo after. This is what I see. So I'm playing it for you from the beginning. This is Austin and Carmelo in the tussle. Okay? Austin must be stabbed at this point. Carmelo goes over here. Bang, bang, bang. He pops out at the top of the tent. Austin tries to follow suit and falls. Do y'all see that? Again, Austin tries to pursue and falls down the bleachers. Are y'all seeing what I see?
Yeah.
Very blurry. But this.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about that. What are you guys seeing? And I'm not talking to the trolls. I'm talking to the people that are here that are wanting a fair trial for these kids. I did get an inbox from our guest, and she is working on gathering the group together. All right, so we're going to stop this one. I had another one that I wanted to show before the guests get here. Okay, so just give me a moment, and let me pull that one up. And let's watch that one as well. I'm thinking that the trolls are leaving, which is awesome. Because honestly, if I didn't like somebody's channel, and if I didn't like what they were talking about, I would not be on their channel. It does not make any sense to me. That is bullying. You're coming over here and you're wanting to force your opinions on us and don't like what we're talking about. That is a bully. And that is exactly what Austin and Hunter and the rest of the crew did. And I'm sorry that you guys are not getting that at all. But I'm not going to pay that much attention to you no more. So stop coming over here. Yeah. All right, guys. So this is a little podcast. And they're going to be talking about Carmelo Anthony's appeal. It was really informative. So let's just take a look at that and see what we can learn from that. Let me blow up the screen a little bit. And I'm going to say fair use. And let's get into it. And no, we're not going to watch the whole 2.5 hours. No, absolutely not.
Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Like Keisha say, clear real talk lives right here. Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. I'm still here.
I'm gonna fast forward it so we
I'm
got
still here. Like Keisha.
Trial. What does that even mean? National trial attorney. I was like, what does that mean? The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is a prestigious invitation-only organization composed of the premier civil plaintiff and civil defense attorneys in each region or state. Membership is selective and based on strict criteria, including reputation, leadership, and trial results. So I thought that was pretty good. Now, I believe Andrew Wilkerson will be joining. He's also a trial attorney, 17 and 1 murder cases. Now, as it relates to Attorney Wilkerson, I noticed both of them actually attended Texas Southern University. Wilkerson attended Texas Southern University as well as Michael Campbell. However, Attorney Wilkerson, it showed that he also attended Good Marshall School of Law. Okay, so we have Attorney Wilkerson here. I'm going to bring him up, guys, and then we're going to get the show going. And then we have Michael Campbell as well.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, thank you, guys. Give me a moment here while I adjust the screen. I did introduce you guys while you were, preparing to join. Thank you so much for being here. And I told y'all, I think y'all are badass. I ain't never met y'all, but I said, those are the attorneys that you want if you ever get in some trouble right there. Yes. So,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, when I saw y'all, I was like, I want them to come on and talk about this case. Because like I said, I saw you guys on YouTube, and then I think I saw you on another channel, and you just seemed so passionate about everything that was happening. So I said, I wanted to invite you on, and then we could just go from there. I'm just going to listen to what y'all have to say, and we just going to soak up this knowledge, and we're just glad that y'all are here.
No doubt. Thanks for having us on. It's a pleasure to be on. We're going live, so we're going to figure it out as we go, but it is a pleasure to be on. For those of you who don't know, my name is Michael Campbell. I'm a 16-year practicing criminal defense lawyer here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Texas. I have a specialty in criminal law, criminal defense work, in particular murder cases. Currently, me and Andrew have a high success rate in winning murder and capital murder cases in Texas.
How you doing? I'm Andrew Wilkerson. First of all, thank you for sharing your platform with us. We're elated to be here. For those of you that don't know, under my face.
Everybody, please welcome One Who back to the stage. And I think that some other people are coming. I know that is it Rock?
Yeah, Rock
and AO, right?
I don't know about AO. I know Rock's coming. I don't know if Nick Nack's gonna make it because she's not feeling too well.
Okay, but everybody, please pray for Nick Nack. So we're just gonna continue to watch this little video real quick, this interview, until the others come onto the panel, and then we can get your input on your experience. All right.
It's right there, Attorney Andrew Wilkerson. I've been working. One half of the Not Guilty Boys. I've been working in criminal law about 13 years, trying to get into some civil as well, but trial is what we love to do. 17 and 1 in murder cases, and that's just murder cases. But yeah, we love trying cases. We love talking about trying cases. Hopefully we can bless your game today with something you didn't know yet.
Thank you guys so much for that. And one thing, before you guys came, I had looked up your background and I had noticed that you both attended, was it Texas Southern University together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I did.
Well, he went first.
Right. But one of the things I forgot to say is that you guys call yourself the Not Guilty Boys. And that's what I was like, I like that. The Not Guilty Boys. What made you guys come up with that name?
It's a verdict that we started this when Drew called me and said, "Hey, bro, we have an opportunity to come together as young black men and start a precedent when young black men attorneys out here representing, first of all, young black men, which is the number one demographic that's charged with criminal cases." But he came, he said, "Let's start this firm." We started trying small cases like DWIs. We started hearing the word not guilty after those trials were over. Then we picked up more cases, more serious cases, aggravated assaults with deadly weapon, heard not guilty on that. Then we started going into the murder.
I'm swiping just like everybody else. And I think I saw something that kind of had part of his closing verbatim, and he just sounded like he was standing on the fence.
All right, that's
stabbed you and ran off that is pretty much that's a great example of an attorney not being thorough. You have to be thorough. Okay, everything from you never getting in trouble before all the way to
I think I went back to
okay, that's a great example. That is. I hope you didn't have a self-defense claim. I hope you didn't have a news. towards putting that entire situation behind you, regardless of what the disposition is. If you know, I hope you didn't have a self-defense claim back then and didn't use it, but that is pretty much, that's a great example of an attorney not being thorough. You have to be thorough. Okay. Everything from you never getting in trouble before, all the way to, maybe you got jumped on one time and you said in your mind you weren't gonna let that happen again or whatever. Your lawyer kind of should have did that, man. I'm glad you didn't say his name.
Right. But what I saw, and that's why I like about y'all, because Attorney Wilkerson, you were so passionate, and you stated, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, you had stated that you had reached out to, it was a lady that was saying that Carmelo had saved her son. I don't remember if it was her son or her daughter, but you had liberty in reaching out because it seemed like you wanted to know, had his attorney reached out to her for her to come in as a character witness? And I believe you stated that she said something about that he hadn't contacted her.
She said no, or I would have been there.
Well, we all can agree that Carmelo's attorney was paid opposition. He just was not attorneying, and he just absolutely did not defend this kid whatsoever. And I think it's diabolical, but that's what's going to really, I believe, give the new trial ineffective counsel. In my opinion, what do you think, Wahoo? She might not be paying no attention to Auntie right now. It's okay, guys. Let's keep listening.
I mean, my kind of heart dropped when she said that, because what that means is that there was not even an attempt to get her down there. Like I said, I mean, you're supposed to have her, sitting down in the cafeteria, right? With a bag of chips and a computer or iPad watching her show until you call her name. I mean, that would have been paramount in proving that he does have a regard for human life, that he does care. Right. He's not some thug that just stabbed you and ran off like you were, like you didn't mean anything to him. I mean, let's think about where he ran. He ran and found a coach. Right. They would have corresponded with that. They even could have put him on the stand to explain. They could have put. I mean, that's 3 witnesses for you right there, or 2, right? You got Carmelo, you got the mama, you got either the little boy, or maybe one of the officers that came to the scene and responded that day that know about what. You see what I mean? And that just would have shown the jury, or at least given them something to play. And I'm not making any excuses for this jury, mind you, because I don't agree with what they went with. But I will tell you that in punishment, at that point, it's no more about me convincing you if I did this or not. It's about me convincing you to remain that same person that you were when we were picking the jury, when you said, I don't know if I can give somebody life. Right. Or I don't know if I could give somebody that many years. We need you to be that person now. We need you to go on the lower end, and understand that this was simply an isolated situation. This wasn't some planned thing. I have a history of saving lives. That should mean something.
It does mean something.
So.
Right. Another thing you said, Attorney Wilkerson, you said that I'm not going to use everything you said because I don't recall, but you were mentioning something in terms of the opening statements, and he was like even a little bit jittery on that. And I like when you were, giving your example, because it's like you were saying, no, you tell them this is what I need you to do.
Right. You were talking about closing, like I said, and I say this for Mike as well. We weren't there, right? So I'm reading, I'm clicking, I'm swiping just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. And I think I saw something that kind of had part of his closing verbatim, and he just sounded like he was standing on the fence.
He was.
And you ain't supposed to be standing on nobody's fence. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to be in your backyard yelling to this jury what you believe and which box they should check. You don't present it to them like it's a choice.
Well, let me ask
you
guys this, and maybe maybe you know the answer to this. Who referred or advised the Anthonys to go with that attorney is my question.
Okay, who am I talking to? Is that you, Lee?
Me?
Oh, okay. So from my understanding is that they had spoke to some Black attorneys. Hey, I see you waving there. Lakeisha, that's you I'm looking at. And I understand that a lot of the black people that he was talking to told him he needed a white attorney, which I don't know who that was, because I would think I need somebody that looked like me to understand my plight and what I've been through and why I should have been feeling
Right.
afraid because I got all these boys standing in front of me, you
Right.
know, and I don't care what nobody say.
Hmm.
People have racial biases,
They do.
especially white folks.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna feel comfortable in no court of law with somebody that don't look like me, especially as my attorney. Now you can have a white co-counsel if you want,
I agree.
but you need somebody that can identify with my history, what I go through every day in life.
Right.
You
I
know,
yeah.
I might not go around scared every day, but you better believe I'm one of them people. I don't want the police stopping me for nothing
And that's right.
because I don't know if I'm gonna walk away.
Right.
Those are
Right.
just things that are part of our daily lives.
I agree. 1,000%. 1,000%. I agree. Because if a person has never been or experienced the disparities that we have in the justice system and our struggles, then that they're not going to fight for you as hard as they need to fight for you, especially when you're against the legal system and the majority of the legal system is not, you know, your your peers basically.
Right. I would also like to say, I think, Carmelo, look, I've been following this case for more than 15 months.
Hmm.
Carmelo is a really good kid. And
Hmm.
I think that him and his parents, I don't mean to make this sound negative, but I think they're a little sheltered.
Right.
Even Drew said that they pretty much keep to themselves.
Right.
And so I think knowing how he is in that way, he didn't know how to even approach this whole case, what to
Right.
look for. And I think he needed some more guidance.
Right. And I can see that. I mean, I can see that in the family. I mean, they raised their kids, correctly. So there was no experience in having to deal with any legal systems while raising their children. So I can imagine that this shocked them. It was like culture shock. You know what I mean? When this happened, and they really didn't know what to do. So they were seeking advice. And unfortunately, people gave them the wrong advice.
Right.
All right. All right. So let's keep looking at Lakeisha. 1 second.
It to them, like, after seeing all the evidence and seeing how I cross-examined all these witnesses and showed they were alive, you have to, as a responsible juror.
Right.
It's the law. Like, you are responsible to be a truthful juror and only use the evidence presented in this case. So it ain't a choice. Like, it ain't you get to wake up and decide if you want to do it. No, I'm holding you to that, to what you told me during jury duty. Jury duty.
Right.
This your duty. You see what I'm saying? This is your job. I got a job to do today, and so do you. And for me to present it like, well, I'm not going to tell you what the correct verdict is.
Right.
Oh my God, that's heartbreaking.
Very.
Right.
That's heartbreaking.
Right. And that's why I said I like them, because even being a juror, if I'm sitting there and you're not standing like you should be, I'm going to start to wonder, do you think your client is guilty? Because you should say it exactly how you said it. This is what you need to find. You need to find him not guilty. All of the standing on, I was like, I don't know. So based on that, I want you, from your professional experience, obviously you both are attorneys. None of us was in the court. We're just going on what we read and what was reported and what people have stated. Based
I
on
was
what you
there.
have
I
learned
was there during some
in
of the
terms of
testimony.
this case, what would you consider some examples
I'm
of, I
sorry.
don't know if ineffective counsel, is that even a word? Or
What did you say, Wahoo?
I said I was there one day for some of the testimony
You
from
were?
the kid. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Can you tell us about that? You know,
I
which
can tell you that from my perspective, those kids that were witnesses for the prosecution were extensively coached.
I can, yeah.
Okay, I can tell you that their testimonies were not jiving.
Hmm.
I can tell you that it sounded like to me they had been on TikTok and was listening to us debate cases.
Really?
Yes. Some of the things they brought up, like I mean, I've never the kids were saying things like well, Frisco is a safe city. We never thought he would have a knife. Um things like well, he used unalignment force against, not equal force, things like that. Kids
Hmm.
don't talk like that. Kids don't talk in legal language.
Right.
There was one kid that said, well, Carmelo provoked him.
How?
And well, not even how. The attorney for the defense, he says, you used the term provoked, right? And he said, yes. He said, can you tell me what that means? Oh, well, I think it just sounds good.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, the testimony was horrible.
Mm.
Some of them were saying, they would say, well, who approached who first? Well, Hunter approached Carmelo first. Well, who was the first one to get physical? Well, it was Austin. Well, what did Austin do? Well, he touched Carmelo. Well, can you show us how he touched? Oh, it was just a light touch on the shoulder, like he was warning him. Who warns anyone with a tap on the shoulder?
Right. And clearly the police report said that it was more than one touch. So maybe he touched him the first time lightly, but that's what we saw in the video. Absolutely was not just a touch.
No, it wasn't. And they would say, well, can you show us how, Austin pushed them? Some
Mhm.
of them would use one hand, some of them would use two hands. And me, I'm like, if he used one hand, he must have punched him because I don't know nobody that pushed with one hand.
Right. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
things like that were coming out. And I don't think the jury paid attention to anything other than the videos that showed that Austin was murdered, killed.
Right. They didn't pay attention to the way that they were walking to the tent aggressively, the intent on how they walked right directly to um, Carmelo as if they knew he was already there. They didn't pay attention to those kids that ran through to the trash can and tossed items and then circled back to get it. They didn't pay attention to anything.
No, no. I
And
mean, I think the only ones that I felt like were telling the majority of the truth were the two that the defense called in that he had to subpoena because they did not want to come.
right. And then when you read his testimony prior to the break, he was basically making Austin and Hunter the aggressors in the situation. They were taking a
Exactly.
break. And whatever happened on break, he came back and said, well, Carmelo was the aggressor. That doesn't even make sense.
Even the testimony, they're all saying that Austin was the aggressor. Austin did this. Austin came up in his face. We were all standing around him, telling
Right,
him to leave. That's enough to make me feel intimidated. I got more than one person
right,
yelling at me to go to leave. That would make me feel intimidated.
right.
But even after all of that, for the prosecutor to say, well, do you think this was murder? And the little kid would say, yes. Well, do you think this was self-defense? No. It- you know, that that's why I say the jury wasn't paying attention. They already had their minds made up. It wouldn't
Right.
have made a difference if Carmelo got on the stand or not.
I agree. I agree. I do kind of. Do you think that he should have gotten on the stand though?
I personally don't believe he
Okay.
should have got on the stand, but that's just me personally.
Okay.
I think that, and the reason I say that is because I don't think that it would have mattered to the jury.
To the jury.
I think they already had their minds made up.
And I believe that 1000%. That he was judged before the trial started. He was judged when the incident first happened. He was already judged, tried, and convicted then. That's my
Right.
opinion. So let me ask you this: Did did you have like an overall impression of the trial at all, or was it? Well, you was only there what 2 days?
I went for 2 days, yeah, because it got to the point where it was a struggle just trying to get there and get in line. And I'm 68 years old. I'm not racing no teenager to the front door so I can get in line.
Right,
So
right.
I just decided not to go any more days.
And
But
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think the whole trial was a joke, including his attorney.
I agree. I like that 1,000%, especially
Right. I think the group of us that's on TikTok could have argued that case better than Mike Howard did.
I believe you. I believe you. Tell us a little bit about the things that you guys were talking about on TikTok.
Well, we there were several of us that was, looking at the case, and we found the multiple assailant doctrine, and we were like, yeah, this applies. We looked at let me make sure I say this right. Provoking the difficulty. We knew that did not fit him.
Right.
We talked about, the push and the shove, and Hunter had mentioned that his brother had aggressively grabbed the bag. We heard nothing about the bag being grabbed in court. None of them said anything about that bag being grabbed.
Wow. They just
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about a lot of things and we were only going off the information from the interviews of Hunter, the interviews of his father, and what was in the police report. And even though the police report had so many holes in it, you knew that something else had happened.
yeah, because it went from Austin asking him to leave to Cormel saying, "Touch me again, see what happens." So what
Hmm.
happened in between?
Right.
Tell the full story, and none of them really wanted to tell the truth, full story. Now, did you also catch in Austin's interview where he said we had a little?
And Hunter's absolutely, he said we had an altercation. He also said it's just a little mistake, and this is, my brother has lost his life.
So he's
So,
admitting.
so as far as I was concerned, I'm like, okay, so now you're saying that it was your mistake. It
Right,
wasn't Carmelo. It was your mistake.
right, right,
You
right, right.
know.
And something else interesting that the mom said, that when after Austin's passed away, allegedly or apparently, it's not alleged, she said it, I have it somewhere, that Austin came to her house, not Austin, Hunter came to her house, saw Austin's room and couldn't stay there no more, and went and stayed with uh
The girlfriend of Austin's
yeah, and stayed over there and took
for
her
a month. For a
right.
month.
What is going on with that? Davina B, it
There,
looks like, hold on a
yeah,
second.
there is no way my child, a teenager, is going to spend a night at some girl's house for a month.
Right,
That's
but
just
why
not
are you
happening.
spending the night with your brother's girlfriend?
That didn't even cross my mind. The fact that you spend a night at some teenage girl's house, that wouldn't have never happened.
Yeah, true. Yep.
you know. But did you see the mom was on TikTok not too long ago,
Yeah, and
and they asked her about the incident with the cheerleaders.
okay.
Okay, so once again they minimized what happened with the twins and the cheerleaders. And
Okay.
she made excuses like, well, Hunter probably did say that to the girls because, Hunter is just like that.
Right.
You know, it just shows me that the twins were never disciplined. They were never told, it seemed like they were never told what not to do because you're sitting here saying that your son is disrespecting girls
Hmm.
and you don't have a problem with it
At all.
at
At all.
all.
And the reason why I think that he said that his hands were bisexual, meaning that he would hit a girl, is because he probably watched his dad allegedly beat on his mom.
That's pretty possible, yeah.
Yep, and I'm saying alleged because I don't know that as a fact, but that is a rumor that is on the streets. Hey Theo, thank you so much. Davina B says, I can't put you on the stage because it says devices not connected. Can you go back out and come back in? Come back in so it can connect to the platform. You were not connected. So yes, I thought that was odd. All of that is odd. You're absolutely right. My son is not going to spend the night over a young lady's house. It's just super odd that he decided to go live with Austin's brother. So did he take Austin's place, or were they just there to force
I
it?
don't know. I know there's a lot of rumors that's going around about it, but I don't know. I just think a lot of things are
Hmm.
out of sort, out of place. You know,
Yeah,
no boundaries. That's what I would say.
none
Seem like
whatsoever.
there's no boundaries. They have no boundaries. They can do whatever they want.
Yep. And apparently that's what they thought, and so that's why they took it upon themselves to approach Carmelo the way that they approached him. So let's take some comments real quick. Um, Corey says, "Remember that they are children, though." I agree. Oh, Stewart says both young men, not children. Tasha says, "Where did the panel go? Can you not see us?"
No, I can only see you right now.
Oh, because it was a young lady, Davina B. She was here, but it wasn't connected. So I needed her to re-click the link so she can be added to the panel. Well, you know what? You keep saying Austin didn't kill anyone, but he obviously tried. I mean, in Carmelo's eyes, his opinion, he thought something was going to happen to him. So Carmelo took out the threat, but I don't even think that he meant to do it, to be honest with you. He was defending himself. But before they beat and stumped this kid on the daggone bleachers. So come on now.
And you know what, Stuart, I don't care. I mean, I understand that Austin lost his life, but
Right.
there has been so many more self-defense cases where the person never even touched the other person,
Right.
and that person said they felt threatened, that
Right.
they were going to endure some type of bodily harm, and
Right.
they're walking the streets right now
Right
with a
now.
clean record. So I don't want to hear that Austin lost his life, because there others have lost their lives, and the defendant got self-defense.
Right.
So what's so different about this one? This young man was in fear of
Right.
bodily harm. So what's the difference?
The difference is his skin color, right? That's
Oh
the
yeah, I
only.
know that. I wanted Stuart to tell me what
Oh,
the
yeah.
difference is.
What's the difference, Stuart? Stuart, don't get quiet now. What's the difference? Tell us. And he says, "You ladies are on the wrong side of truth and accountability." No, we're not. No, we're not. Go ahead. Wahoo.
No, we're not. It's just that you don't want your kids to be responsible and accountable, but you always want ours to be.
I agree 1,000%, because if the colors were flipped, like even a white man said today, and I'll bring that up, it would never even been a charge. He would have never been arrested. Carmelo just would have been dead. If it was black boys that attacked a white kid and he poked them and that black kid died, that would have been self-defense, no charge, no arrest, no nothing.
Yeah, he can't tell me. Stuart can't tell me nothing, because a man in Florida somebody threw popcorn on him, and that man was
Shot
an
him.
ex-cop. Yeah, shot him twice.
Yep, and killed him.
Alive, the man. And you know what? He wasn't supposed to have no pew pew in the movie theater, but he had it, didn't he?
Right.
So you can't tell me nothing. Now you can admit that you're being racist, and I'll
Right.
accept that.
Okay, so let's talk about that case. He threw popcorn.
Popcorn.
Less damage than a damn push. And he got away with killing the perpetrator because popcorn is also an assault. So it should never have been a charge.
The man said he was in fear because he was old, he had arthritis.
He was in fear because what, he thought he was gonna get butter on his clothes?
Girl, look, I don't know, but he walked away. Now here you got Carmelo, 130 pounds, a little short kid. You got
Right.
two guys that's over 200 pounds,
Right.
over 6 feet tall with their mob,
Right. So
standing in front of Carmelo telling him to leave. And you're going to tell me you don't believe he was fearful? That he felt intimidated? No, I'm not riding with that story.
you know he was scared. You know he was scared. And you remember his brother came on. He went live. Did you guys see his brother go live? Well, he did a video. Did you see
Yeah.
where he said that they actually did know who Carmelo was, and they had been trying to get at him or something like that?
Wait, where was this found?
Oh,
Yeah.
let me find the video. Hold on. Y'all can go ahead and talk while I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I was
see
trying to
that.
get some more people. But it's kind of last minute. Everybody's a little busy because they have a couple of big lives being ran
It's
on our side of TikTok. So,
No. It's all good. I'm looking for that video. So,
but
go
I
ahead.
do have people that's gonna want to come in the next week or so, like over the next week or so.
Listen. Sunday is our wind down, chill, get ready for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all got job day, so I get it, and that's why I'm not all hyped up because I refuse. I done had a great time with the Lord today.
Right.
I'm so I got so much peace. I'm so unbothered by these trolls. They don't know what to do with themselves at all. So I am looking. I played it Friday, I believe. So let me go all the way back. But keep talking while I'm looking for it, guys. I don't want you to stop talking.
I don't want to run your folks away because
Listen, they're not going
I'm
nowhere.
gonna call them out, girl. I don't care.
No,
I'm gonna call them out.
I'm the same way. They probably gonna laugh right with you like they always do. Man, why can't I find that video fast? Because it's all the way up. Because you really do need to hear. Oh,
Now, who's on the video?
It's Carmelo's older brother.
No, Carmelo doesn't have an older brother.
So then
Yeah.
he lied then.
Yes, he's lying.
Yeah, he's lying. Mhm.
Oh God, why are people trolling like this? But I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna let you see this fool. But hold on a second. That just don't make no sense. See, black people, people
Girl.
in general. I'm gonna say people in general playing around with this case.
Right.
While this kid is behind bars, fighting for his life, fighting for his freedom. You got ignorant folk out here trolling, talking about he is Carmelo's brother.
And he look almost older than Carmelo's mom and dad. What's wrong with him?
Right.
You seen the video already?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that needs to be reported. Why do we do ignorant stuff like that? For clicks and views?
Yep,
Yes, that's
that was
exactly
it.
what they do it for.
That was it.
Need to take stuff more serious. This is so serious. But I want to listen to this other ex-prosecutor. I've never caught her name, but I know I have seen her before. But she is talking her shit, and I just love her. So
Now, is Mike and the other guy still on the panel?
on our panel,
Yeah.
there's nobody on the panel. Oh, yes,
okay.
that was a video.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Got you.
That was
Okay.
that was Lakeisha's video. We
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
video. Yep. So is Ayo coming?
No, he's not going to be able to make it either. So I'll
Okay.
see if I can get some other people to come, but it might most likely just going to be us tonight.
Yeah, it's okay. Listen, I'm so like at peace. I pray for Carmelo today. I pray for the case. I pray for this all injustice that are against our people. And that's why you don't see a lot of them trolls in here, because I don't pray to them, rebuke them away. In the
Good for
spirit
you.
realm. In the spirit realm, I did. But let's pull up. Let's take a look at her, and we're not gonna stay on here that long.
You went out. I don't hear you.
Oh, I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm right here.
So, as I sat in the courtroom on Saturday, and I heard the testimony, and I looked over at the prosecutor, and I got emotional. I cried because I had to check my heart posture. I had to check my receipts and recall, was I this type of prosecutor that would bring a case that had no merit because of the color of their skin? I cried because I looked at the weight of the world on his shoulders. I cried because I had to protect so many of defendants that looked like me from racist prosecutors and racist defense attorneys. And then I said to myself, no, that wasn't you. Your pedigree was fairness. Your pedigree was to protect and serve. Your pedigree was to remain ethical. Your pedigree was to seek justice, even if it required a dismissal. And I felt like, did I fail my community when I was a prosecutor? Because did I speak up enough? Did I stop enough of this? And I'm proud to say I did. I'm proud to say I always stood on motherfucking business when it came to doing right. I never let my ego become what I saw in those white prosecutors. I never let race play a role in justice being served. Carmelo is an amazing young man, 3.78 GPA. Football and track captain. Worked 2 jobs. Knows the Lord. Very respectful. And we have racist individuals trying to take his life and his freedom. Not on my motherfucking watch.
I know that's right.
Not on my watch.
I know that's right. That's crazy. I wish I knew her name. Everybody that actually plays her videos, they don't put her name in the bio.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just looking for her myself.
She's the one that was standing outside of the courtroom, and it was on the news, I believe, or somebody. She was in front of somebody's camera, and she was snapping. She was very angry, and she is a former prosecutor, and basically was just saying they railroaded that kid. They railroaded him, and like you guys been saying, his defense attorney was not defending him. So, do you guys want to continue watching Lakeisha's platform?
Yeah, I want to see what the attorneys were saying.
Okay, all right, let's put that.
Because I just started following them.
Okay, yep, I was interested as well. So let's put this back up here, guys, and let's just do a reaction on what they're talking about. Let's see.
You just make that up too. Is that really the word for it?
Right, ineffective assistance of counsel. And I'm gonna do this a little backwards. I'm gonna talk presently and work our way back. So presently, Carmelo Anthony's appellate team has a motion for new trial filed with the trial court, requesting that they reconsider, open up a new trial for Carmelo based on what I believe, and I hadn't seen the motion, but what I'm pretty sure is going to say is ineffective assistance of counsel. Okay, that ineffective assistance.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Is one avenue, is one roadway towards getting a new trial. It's separate from the.
You're not able to hear.
And I can't hear.
I couldn't hear the last one that was played. One who I left and came back. That's why I just sometimes it be messing up for me. I just leave and come back.
Okay, so yeah, one who drop down and come back in.
Okay.
All right, we'll wait on you. You know, it was doing me like this before you guys even came on the panel. I had to drop down and come back in. So, yeah, StreamYard must be having some type of technical difficulties.
Okay. I was like, geez, I don't know what's been going on with this app for me.
I couldn't hear my background music or nothing.
Oh, wow.
What is going on? So we're just waiting on her to come back. All right, here she is. Are you able to hear now?
I can hear you. Yes.
Let me
Try and play the video, and see if she can hear it now.
okay.
Appeal.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear it.
It's a
I can hear it.
post-conviction relief that also gives Carmelo Anthony a
Now I
roadway
can hear
to
Oh,
a new trial.
my.
But
Okay,
the
let
way
me
that
come
it
back.
works is right now, Judge Roach, the trial judge, still has jurisdiction over that case. He doesn't lose jurisdiction until 75 days after the verdict. I think the verdict was like June something earlier this month. Anyway, he has jurisdiction over that case 75 days after the verdict. So the motion for new trial has to be filed within 30 days. That'll put it at July 9th. Right, the verdict was June 9th because the deadline is July 9th. And what that does is, because the same judge, Judge Roach, will have to make the ruling on the motion for new trial. So essentially, there would need to be a motion. He has 3 days, okay, after the motion to recuse is filed. He has 3 days to either voluntarily recuse himself or deny recusing himself and send it to the hired judge for the hired judge to choose the independent judge to have that hearing, just to decide whether or not he should be recused or not. So that will be between Carmelo Anthony's appeal lawyers requesting Judge Roach to be recused, and I'm assuming Collin County Prosecutor Office said that no, Judge Roach did everything right. He should remain a judge on this motion for new trial. So, but the problem with Judge Roach is those statements he made. Never in the case have I seen a judge come out so quickly and say, yeah, I made all the right rulings. I was fair. He got a fair trial, and I felt like he was guilty. It was everybody saying, well, he didn't say anything biased. It's the I felt like he was guilty part. Okay?
Right.
Because as a judge, your job is only to be the referee of the case.
Right.
You're not a player in the game. You're just the referee. You call balls to strikes. So as a referee, you're to be impartial. How can we ensure that Carmelo Anthony got a fair trial when you had it predetermined in your mind that he was guilty? How does
Yes.
that predetermination not affect your rulings as the trial judge? And now even more so, going back to this recusal motion, now that you have said that out in the public, why should you remain on this case now that you strongly believe that he's guilty? You're not going to give him a motion for new trial. You're not going to even
That's it right there.
give it a true consideration, a real consideration. You know, so that's why they're moving forward with the recusal. But yeah, I think I missed your question somewhere there, but I want to address the recusal motion.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did, because again, I always say this, I'm not an attorney, because they be like, you should be. I'm glad y'all know I'm not an attorney. But when I saw that, I knew he was doing the appeal, but then I saw the motion for new trial, and I said, well, I thought the appeal was a motion for new trial. So I'm glad you separated the two. They're two different things.
Yes, can I close on that? So the motion for new trial gives the appellate team an extension to file the appeal brief in the appeals court. So the Fifth Court of Criminal Appeals in Dallas, Texas will handle the appeal itself. The motion for new trial will still be handled within Collin County 296 court, whether that's Judge Roach or if he's recused, another independent judge deciding whether or not Mike Howard was in effect.
See, I like that. I like that, because it's almost giving him 2 additional chances. Because is that correct? Am I saying that correctly?
It's 2 ways. Yeah, it's 2 ways to, it's multiple ways to skin a cat. So,
right.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is.
I like when I see attorneys, because sometimes I meet attorneys and I be want to say, did you really graduate? Because they act like some of them are non-resourceful. And it's like, you went to school for all of that and it ain't nothing in there that you can pull out. I like that. Because they're like, listen, we're going to keep our appeal out there, but we're still going to address this. I love that, because I'm not a lawyer. I didn't know that. When I saw it, I said, okay, isn't that? So I'm glad you answered that. Great. I like it. But with that stated, though, that simply means that if he gets this new trial, what they're doing is they want Judge Roach to go away and get a new judge to give him a new trial, but it would still be in Collin County.
Right, but understand this, okay? The first step after you file your recusal, because me and Mike have filed several recusals where we felt that the judge just simply wasn't going to be fair to our client because he wasn't fair to us, okay?
Right.
But the first thing is for that judge to recuse himself. You gotta understand how the law set up is just wild. Like, you know, you gotta be a certain type of person to not only acknowledge your mistake, but also to acknowledge the optics of your mistake, and then go further and take yourself off the case.
Let me ask you guys this panel. What do you think? Do you think that Judge Roach will recuse himself from this trial?
No.
You think that he's going to stick?
He's a very bullheaded man from my own personal, because we both were at the trial. Okay. So we got to see how he looks, how he acts, how he talks. And he's a very bullheaded individual. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the same man that wouldn't let them change venues.
Okay. So
I think he's going to fight it.
That just doesn't make no sense. He's retiring. Didn't he already retire?
No, he retires in December.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's get back into
I don't know. I'm a different kind of person. If if I'm a judge and somebody comes to me and say, we want to change the counties because we don't think he'll get a fair trial, I'm going to let him do it. Why should I be so bullheaded? I mean, it's like a game that they're playing. Well, I need to have so many cases to say I'm a great judge.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know,
right.
I don't care nothing about any of that stuff. I would much rather be fair and see someone get a fair trial.
Right.
Or at least let them feel like they're going to get a fair trial if they move it.
It's like we already knew like even before the trial, like during jury selection, that it was impossible for Carmelo Anthony to get a fair trial, period. Now, because they didn't allow 3 black jurors because they were educators, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why did they allow the non-black juror that was also an educator on the jury? It's so many errors that were made legally and morally, and I can't say that word
ethnically.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Everybody on my panel, on my platform knows some words I just cannot pronounce.
Hey, same for me.
One of them got to work right. I mean, he was a good kid, still a good kid. He was spiritually grounded, still spiritually grounded. He believed in the Lord. There is no way that the God I serve is going to allow this kid to sit in prison for defending himself. Now, if he was the aggressor, which we know he wasn't, okay, contrary to what all these other lying people say, I can't see that happening. I believe that Carmelo was chosen to change something in the justice system. I believe that he was chosen and handpicked by God, and I'm going to say it, to put in motion some changes and pull off the covers of racism within our system. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a start. Some things need to change in our system, but we know that changes that are going to benefit us are going to be fought tooth and nail.
Yes.
Right.
They've
already have.
They've done it throughout history since they free, and since the slaves were freed. Every time we get progression, they find a way to push us back. And it's going to be the same thing here. It's just like a lot of people in the Fresco area talking about the laws need to be changed now. Well, why? They've been like that for 9 years. Those kids have been able to bring those knives.
Right.
So now, since a white boy has been killed, you want to change it.
You want to change it, right.
Right.
Right. I mean, they've always been able to mingle throughout the tents, but now they can't do that anymore because some white boy felt entitled to go tell somebody they needed to move, and when they didn't, instead of being a kid and going to get an adult, you felt like you had the right to remove him.
And that's exactly what they were. They were bullies. I mean, just like right now, everybody is trying to make bullying, minimize it, right? Make it okay. Like, they don't want to talk about the origin of the situation. They even went as far as back as saying, well, Carmelo should have slept. He should have, no, he shouldn't have, because Austin is not an adult. Okay, neither was Hunter, and they were not teachers. And even Coach Starr said he asked him to help lead the event. He didn't say that he put him in the tent to police him.
Right.
Words. They had no right to enter Carmelo's space. They had no right to assault him the first time by grabbing his bag. That's assault, guys. That's assault. Okay, I know that because I grabbed my husband when we wasn't married, our first child's phone when we was arguing, and guess what? The police put me in handcuffs and they said that's assault. All right, and then he touched him on his shoulder, according to the police report. That's assault. And then he hit him or pushed him real hard that he almost. Come on, that's assault. Austin and Hunter, they committed the first crime. Why is the crime that they committed being ignored? All right, guys, let's get back to the video. Anybody want to say anything? I get to talking. You got anything?
I'm just gonna say white folks protect whiteness. That's what it is.
And I think it's so sad. But our people are so amazing. Okay, and that's why it's just so much jealousy against our people. And I'm just gonna say it because we are the only race that can produce all races, and that right there speaks volumes. With it. Okay, all right, let's keep listening.
So I'm saying all that to say I don't think he's gonna do it. That's what I'm saying. Now, the next thing will be for them to have a hearing. Okay, for them to try to prove it up. That he should be recused. If he recuses himself, it's over with. But, I wanted to backdoor Mike and basically say, it seems messed up that he said that on the news, but Mike, like I know, you can't file a recusal based on rulings.
Right.
So he slick gave him something to play with. You see what I'm saying? Right. If he wouldn't have said that, I don't know how they would have been able to file the recusal. Wow. Because I can't not like your rulings as a judge and say you're being unfair. That's not the way it works. The way it works is that, for instance, Mike went up to a judge one time over our murder case and started talking to him at the bench, and he put his hands in his ears. You see what I'm saying? That has no. Am I lying, Mike? We got that judge off the case.
He put his hands. My goodness.
We got that judge off the case. We got a hung jury, 11 not guilty, 1 guilty. And then our client got offered 3 years deferred probation. He's done. Everything dismissed. But anyway, I don't really know where you go with that, other than, thank you for going on the news and saying that, because now I have ammunition to file this recusal. But Mike, I don't know what it would have been based on if he had never said that. Right. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you gotta let a fool just talk. You just gotta let them talk, and then talk their way right into a recusal filing. You see what I'm saying? And I do believe, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, if he's recused off of the motion for new trial and his appeal is good and there's another trial, he off that trial too, right?
Right. He's no longer touching the case again. Right. So if he gets recused, Judge Roach won't be on the case again. It'll be an independent judge that is assigned to the case until the case is finalized again.
And before that happens, think about this. How could you possibly allow this man to sit for the motion for new trial when he's got on national news and said, I think this man's guilty?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know.
Exactly. So with that, Keisha, what I want to let you know also is deeply into the ineffective assistance of counsel. What Mike Howard did, what Mike Howard didn't do. And this isn't based on my personal opinion. This is based on numerous of conversations with experienced trial lawyers in Texas. This is based on, there's a Zoom call with all the Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers Association. We get on a Zoom call every Wednesday. And it didn't matter the color of the attorney, whether it was a white attorney, black attorney, Hispanic, orange, blue, pink. They all thought, that Mike Howard's representation of Carmelo was not up to par. It was not up to the standard of what a defense attorney can do. Let me tell you this, Keisha. Baby lawyers fresh out of law school, baby lawyers, they know to give mitigating evidence. They know to bring character evidence. They know to show that he's a good person, to prove that he ain't never been in trouble before, to call his pastor or his teacher or his counselor to say good things about it. The baby lawyers know that. So it is a fair question to ask Mike Howard, why did you not put up mitigating punishment evidence, which as an attorney, a trial lawyer, when you sign up, you sign your name on that case, you signing your name on for the guilty and innocent phase. And if you're smart, you're going to be prepared for the punishment phase. Because there's no guarantee that you're going to get a not guilty. Thank God we ain't been to punishment too often. But we also have been prepared when we got to punishment and still got favorable outcomes for our clients. Because even though we went to punishment, our clients still walked on probation. Our clients still got lesser and lighter sentences. And that's with all white juries. That's because we was prepared for the mitigating part, the punishment phase. That is a woefully disservice what Mike Howard did to Carmelo Anthony by not being prepared for the punishment phase of this case. That's one of the things he did. Not calling Carmelo to the stand. I'll let Drew elaborate on this. But not calling Carmelo Anthony to the stand. I've gone back and forth with people, Facebook lawyers, they want to go back and forth. Make no doubt about it. This case comes down to what Carmelo Anthony was thinking at the time he acted. That is the law that applies, not force for force. You don't have to match force for force in Texas. If I reasonably believe that I'm in threat of imminent fear of serious bodily injury or death, I can defend myself. And guess what? I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait till you attack me to defend myself. I'll be dead.
But the thing is that he did wait until they attacked him. He gave him several warnings, right?
Right.
So he did. He even took the step to wait. More than one time.
Exactly.
Right. And we're talking about a kid that didn't even know that he didn't have to let them wait. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
The whole thing is diabolical. Now, guys, I did look up some additional steps that could be taken if Judge Roach, he's full of pride. All of them are, right? Like, you can't make me do nothing. You can't. You know how the mentality of racist people in races, right? They have this supremacy mentality, right? Like, you can't make me do nothing. I'm right, you're wrong. So I do agree that he may not, recuse himself. So I looked up some other things that could happen to where these 6 attorneys that have stepped in to review Carmelo's appeal and to actually argue his appeal can take. And basically it says, let me see. A motion to recuse is typically filed when a party believes a judge's impartiality might reasonably be questioned. Well, he admitted that he already thought that Carmelo was guilty, right?
I'm so surprised. I didn't see that. I didn't watch his interview because I'm already salty about him. So
I'm gonna tell you something. God will make you say some ish, and you don't even know you said it. Look at Jeff Metcalf. Look at how he went on his racial rant. You know what I'm saying? Saying all kind of things that's going to help his appeal. And so did the judge. So I appreciate that. The next thing is, if the judge declines to voluntarily step aside, another judge is often assigned to hear the recusal motion. rather than the challenged judge making the final decision on his or her own recusal. So if Judge Roach refuses to recuse himself, this is saying that another judge could possibly be assigned to hear, and oversee the recusal motion and make a decision. Well, they're going to have those things that he said out of his own mouth, let it be the right judge, that they can make their decision off of. Does that make sense? It kind of makes sense to me. I'm not an attorney. And then it went on to say, if the recusal motion is denied, the case proceeds. But something got to give. People cannot keep looking over what they did to this kid. And we just got to keep saying his name. Okay? You guys have got anything else to say before I hit the play button?
No,
I'm good.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that they are so confident that, that I don't think they thought what was going to happen. I don't think they thought this case was going to get as big to where you have these big time lawyers wanting to help him pro bono. Right. I don't think they were expecting that. So I think that maybe if he wants to get out of what could possibly happen and what could be exposed about Collin County, he may recuse himself. But he's so bullheaded, I don't know.
Listen, I'm about to pray about it, and believe me, we're going to keep talking about this. Because I have a 17-year-old child. My oldest son is 17, and I have a 13-year-old. It can happen to any one of my kids, man. And that right there terrified me. Terrified. Because they're good kids. They're not street kids. They're not thugs. You know what I'm saying? They are just, they have a 2-parent household, just like Carmelo. They're spiritual. They believe in God. They go to church as well. So it can just happen to any of our kids. No matter what their background is. Actually, to be honest, let's put that out there. No matter what our kids' background is, just by the color of our skin, they can end up in a situation like Carmelo Anthony. And I think that's very diabolical.
I agree.
Yep. And also, it can happen to our sisters, our brothers, our mother, our dad, our uncle. It can happen to anybody in our family or friends. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's keep going. We're not going to be on here too much longer. Our 2-hour mark is about 8 minutes. And then hopefully when Nick Nack feels better, she did show up in the comments. I told her to just take care of herself and, get better so that we can just keep hammering.
And y'all know she was one of the only one in our groups that was at that trial the entire time. Okay. She's been working really hard. So she is tired. So anytime she tells me she needs a break, I don't even try and,
Right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I get drained. Sometimes I need a break. That's why I'll at the last minute be like, I ain't doing live tonight because I don't feel it in my spirit right now because I'm down. I mean, talking about social injustices all the time can weigh you down. So I definitely get it. You have to rejuvenate yourself. Come back for the fight again. All right, let's keep going. This last few, and I'm gonna put the link to the interview in the chat if anybody wants to go ahead and watch the whole interview. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I can throw the first punch and still claim self-defense.
Right. And the law says that. Yes.
It's what's in my mind. And if I reasonably fear, and then some people say, well, I wouldn't have did that if I was him. Well, first of all, you're not similarly situated to Carmelo. He's a 17-year-old kid, first of all. He just start there. He hasn't fully developed his mental capacity to think in high pressure situations like that. That's first of all. Second of all, do you have epilepsy? Right. Because Carmelo Anthony had epilepsy. And that came up in the opening statements by Mike Howard, but he didn't go into that in his he didn't call a medical expert, he didn't call Carmelo's doctor to talk about the effects of epilepsy.
And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, not only does he have epilepsy, but didn't like a few months before he had an injured shoulder and had major surgery on his shoulder?
Right.
Yes, that is correct.
So this kid was scared. He didn't want to get injured again. They could have stumped him so bad that it could have caused a seizure, hit his head, anything. So yeah, he was scared. Y'all some crazy people.
epilepsy and someone is to fight you or jump you or beat you, how that could affect you. Maybe that's playing in Carmelo's head at the time he's acted. Also, the fact that these twins are known bullies. And we don't know what Carmelo, Frisco's not a big community. Right. Okay, and these kids all on TikTok, on Instagram. You don't know what Carmelo knew about these. I'm gonna say the word because their mama said it last night about these bullies.
Right.
Bullies. That's what they are.
They all mama call them a bully, so I'm gonna call them a bully. Right. You don't know what Carmelo knew about these. Oh, there go the Metcalf twins. Oh, I need to defend myself because they known for being crazy. They'll threaten some cheerleaders. So not calling Carmelo to testify to what was playing through his mind at the time he acted on a self-defense case is, I think, ineffective.
It is. And let me go ahead and just say this real quick, and I'm sorry, but we have to stop and talk, right? Because we're using video. The prosecution had no evidence that he's even ever been in a fight before, right? No one brought it up. So in my opinion, he just wasn't a violent kid. He probably has never been in a fight in his life. I mean, I'm pretty sure if it existed, they would have brought that up. Don't you agree?
I'm pretty sure the prosecution would have brought up anything he could.
Yep. So the fact that they did not bring up that leads me to believe that he hasn't probably ever had a fight physically in his life. So yeah, he probably wasn't a fighter.
So there is rumor from the Metcalf side that he got into a fight in February, that everybody keeps trying to claim that he had a knife in that incident. From the Metcalf side, it has come out that he got into it with one of Austin's childhood friends. And I think that the reason the prosecution didn't bring that up in court, he did bring it up during the bond hearing, but he didn't bring it up in court. And I believe he didn't bring it up in court because he knew that could be dangerous if he brought it up, because they'd have to bring up the fact that it was Austin's friend that he got into it with. So, I think that definitely played a part.
So that kind of supports the narrative that Austin did know who he was.
Exactly.
Into it with Austin's friend. So that is premeditation if you ask me, if you see them speeding over to that tent to approach him. Yeah, that's another reason probably why they didn't bring it up, because they wanted the world to believe that they were total strangers.
Right.
And they've never interacted with each other. Wow, that's crazy. All right, we're just going to watch a couple of more minutes and then we're going to end for tonight. And of course, Troop Gang, I'll be back tomorrow. If the young ladies want to come back, I just noticed it's important that we continue to talk.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys
and I'm sure, another day they'll be available. Yeah. I think to say it was just, Yep.
And we'll be here for it. We'll be here for you guys. Trust me. This platform is open. It's free Carmelo today. Run it backwards. Period.
Right.
All right. I don't hear nothing.
I think ineffective is a nice way to put it. I mean,
I don't hear nothing.
Like I said before, I don't think. I mean,
I can hear
we go to trial on the murder case. We try to get the not guilty on the murder and the not guilty on the less included manslaughter, or we try to get the not guilty on the murder and the not guilty on the manslaughter. I say that to say both of those deal with your mens rea in your state of mind. Either you were so scared that you did it, or you were so angry that you did it. But either way, I need you to tell me what you were thinking when you did it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like they backed themselves into a corner. It was almost self-inflicted by not allowing him to testify. I mean, I hear this and that about maybe there was some text messages that he sent that could have, detrimentally affected him. Man, that's why I think that we are successful on the level that we are, and I'm saying that humbly, because you got to overcome that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You just got to overcome it. Let the prosecutor tell their side and overcome it. Don't not tell your story. Let them go crazy on you. And now when you get a one-word verdict, we kind of trying to pick the pieces up. And I'm not aiming it at the client. I'm aiming it at the attorney. You see what I'm saying? So it's like for him not to take the stand, man, in either case, like even if, okay, you didn't put him on the stand for guilt and innocence because of the text messages. But you did put him on the stand during punishment to get him less time. Even that would be understandable. But to not let the jury hear from him, think about it. How you know what I'm thinking right now? I mean, seriously, it's that simple. I would have to tell you. And guess what? If I was in a position where I would let you decide what I'm thinking right now, you probably need to be somebody that got my best interest in mind, or somebody that don't look at me, you know, my black passion is anger, or somebody that, you see what I'm saying? These are white folks you leaving to decide who this young man is. And like I said, you can't leave a jury like that to humanize your client for you.
Big mistake, because they naturally, for some reason, just review our race as animals. They've always, not all of them, do not get me wrong, not every person in a race, like not all white people look at black people as animals, okay? So don't leave my platform saying anything like that. But the racist white people, they review us as, you know, they view us as animals. But guys, Truth Game, we are about to end tonight. Meet me back tomorrow, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. Ladies, pop up. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about him until they run it backwards. It is what it is. You got any closing statements before we end for tonight? Because we gotta go to work in the morning.
I just know I'm gonna have to get in touch with you so I can figure out how to do this live over here.
Okay, no problem. Can you give her my Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, yep.
I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay, dear. Well, guys, we are out of here. It's peace and love. Y'all know what to do. Drop Truth Gang in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow evening. And I got a new song for us.
Yeah.
What was the song you played yesterday? Oh, not yesterday, the other day.
The one, what was it?
Something about keep your hands off of me or something like that.
Throwing rocks and
yeah.
Your hand. Yeah, I wrote that one a couple of months ago, but I just wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just wrote.
That's why I couldn't find it. Okay.
I can send it to you. I give my songs away free.
Okay.
What these are called songography. So what I can write a song or make a song out of any story, and that's basically what I did.
Okay.
This one is called Social Injustices, and I hope you guys like it. Till tomorrow, I love y'all. Peace.
Peace. Love you.
Social injustice. Mama cried when the sirens came. Another young soul gone, another family changed. We march for the truth, but the pain remains. Different faces, same story, just a different name. We grew up hearing freedom ring, but freedom feels different when you're fighting for everything. Working 2 jobs, still can't pay the bills, while the wealthy get richer from the top of the hill. Turn on the news and what do we see? More division, more hatred, less unity. They tell us be patient, wait our turn. But how many generations gotta live and learn? We've been knocked down, pushed aside, told to be silent when our people cry. But there's a fire that they can't control. A strength is buried deep within our soul. My people, hold your head up high. Don't let this world convince you not to try. Struggle through the pain. We'll keep standing in the pouring rain. They can build walls, they can close doors, but they can't stop what we're fighting for. We are the voice, we are the light. And together we'll keep up this fight. Children growing up without a chance, caught in a system that won't advance. Schools underfunded, dreams put on hold, while promises fade and stories grow old. Mothers praying every night that the babies make it home alright. Fathers working till their hands are worn, trying to get their families a better morn. Still we rise when they expect us to fall. Still we answer when our people call. Still we love when they give us hate. still
love that song.
They tell us history's in the past, but the scars of yesterday still last. Red lines drawn through neighborhoods, broken promises dressed up as good. We watch dreams get pushed aside, watch too many mothers cry, watch too many candles burn, while the world keeps taking turns. Yet our ancestors paved the way through darker nights and harder days. They carry faith when hope was thin, and that's the reason we're still here. So teach the children who they are, not what the doubters say they are. Kings and queens with purpose inside, born with dignity, born with pride. I see the pain, I see the tears. Oh, I see the battles fought for years. I see the names we can't forget. Oh, the family still demanding respect. I see the voices crying out, asking what justice is about. But I also see strength, I also see grace. I see survivors in every place. And no matter what they say, no matter what they do, we are somebody, our lives matter too. Don't let this world convince you not to try. Through the struggle, through the pain, we'll keep standing in the pouring rain. They can silence one voice, but they can't silence us all. We were built to rise, we were never built to fall. They can write the headline, but they can't write our worth. We are the sons and daughters of fighters from birth. To every mother, to every father, to every child dreaming of something greater, keep believing, keep pushing, keep standing. Because justice begins when people refuse to stop fighting for what's right.
Right.
And until every voice is heard, until every life is valued, until every child has a fair chance, we'll keep fighting. We'll keep speaking.
Thank you.
We'll keep
That was awesome. I love that.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. See y'all tomorrow. Love y'all.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again.